But we have the Donald Trump indictment. The first president, former president, to have an indictment, man. That is sick.
You know, he's a man of shenanigans.
A lot.
Yeah, you know.
A lot of shenanigans.
I think, this incident, or, the incident that has brought on this indictment is probably Hall of Fame shenanigans, if I say so myself,
Some of the best we've seen so far.
Yeah, I mean, it involves six figures in money, adult actresses.
I would think he would have spent a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean,
he's a billionaire. He's a billionaire.
Yeah, I mean, I will say, I think you're seeing this indictment now because he did not put up enough money. Yeah, I think
he didn't even give her enough money to buy a decent house.
Nah, it's not, especially in New York. That's a little part of it.
I mean, maybe he would have gave her like maybe 10 mil, a slight little 10 mil.
I think she's still talking.
I don't know. That's tough.
It'll be a 2024 release on this. She would have waited a year.
Push back a year. that junk only lasted. I don't know how long it lasted. I would imagine that 100.
I think.
What was it?
Yeah, the money was put in her or paid to her in 2016.
2016.
Yeah, so.
Oh, she did good.
Oh, I mean, I believe she came out earlier, or there were allegations, I guess, that he had paid her off, but they weren't substantial until I guess the indictment came. So for all those who are not aware, Mr. Trump has been indicted on 30 counts, or excuse me, more than 30 counts. I don't have an exact number at the moment. But he's been indicted on 30 counts of business fraud. Would you like to tell everybody our fun legal fact of the day about hush money?
Oh, I believe hush money is not illegal.
It's not. I didn't know that. I thought that was extortion.
I don't think hush money is legal by any means. For the ones that are listening, please fact check me. But I don't think hush money is illegal at all. I think so one of Trump's team, his attorney paid off the woman,
Miss Daniels,
Miss Daniels. Let's go with that. Yeah. Very promiscuous.
For some alleged shenanigans between the two of them.
Yeah. So he his attorney paid off the Miss Daniels with his own money, and then Donald Trump allegedly reimbursed him. Yes, allegedly reimbursed him for quadruple that. What was it, like 400?
Yeah,
420 grand?
Yeah, 420 grand. See, that's the type of payout.
Yeah, that she wanted.
That she needed.
She got jealous.
Yeah, I would have too.
Yeah, she said, "This is some shenanigans."
This is some shenanigans for sure. But yeah, that 400 grand was written off on their accounting as legal reasons, and I'm no CPA.
Yeah,
I'm not qualified to speak on this, I guess, from a financial standpoint, but I'm pretty well versed enough to know that shenanigans involving adult actresses aren't in the consequential paying off of them are not the best legal reasons to have using your campaign finances.
My thing is, man, all this stuff is so timely. If I'm Trump, like, what a time to be alive, right?
I mean, I think to that point he's kind of reveling in it. This is, I wouldn't say he embraces it.
The fact that he posted or said, he said something, or he posted something on Twitter about, I'm going to be indicted or something.
Yeah, I think
just acknowledging some type of defeat.
Yeah, we all know he's a character, and I don't want to speak for him, but I believe that he understands a lot of the U.S. to be against him as a moral person first and foremost, and as a political figure as well. So I think it's interesting when you think of we're right in the beginning stages of presidential nominations for 2024. You know, does this hurt his chances at all?
I feel like people, based on what we've seen in 2016, I think people really are infatuated by this man. they, they
and his shenanigans.
A lot of people idolize this man. Now I'm not gonna lie. I think some of the things that he did while he was president, were good. I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. I think that President Trump at the time, he may have said some things that was kind of like, come on, man. You don't got to say it like that, or you don't have to say it at all. But in regards to hurting his chances, I can see it hurting his chances, but I can also see it as something that can propel his chances, right?
Yeah.
I think it can, if anything, it's like the old saying, like, any publicity is good publicity, right?
Yeah.
So it's like the fact that he is in the light, and based on how he handles himself, based on how the verdict comes out, I feel like for some odd reason, I feel like it will still work out in his favor to, like, win the primaries for, the Republican nomination, whatnot. But I mean, I don't know. What do you think?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think it's important to note that legally he can still, run for president. So he's not bound in that sense. And considering his likely opponent for the GOP nomination would be DeSantis. I think DeSantis he's a reputable figure.
Respectable.
Within that camp. But I think, with these indictments, with, I guess, how, Trump's first term kind of ended, that's something to rally behind, for that political party. I definitely don't see it hurting his chances at all. I think, he might landslide victory in this GOP nomination.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all. Just from the standpoint that everybody in that arena has something on them. Like, they have some type of.
Well, yeah,
there's some level of corruption
definitely
at every level, especially in politics. Like, no one is, like, perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. But those guys have, like, they've done some. Yeah, done some things.
I think to get to a certain level of success, especially when you're speaking to at a Trump level of billions of dollars. There's people who've had to go behind their back. There's probably shady moves, and that's not just a Trump thing. I think that's a just rule of life when you are accumulating that much capital and resources.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know what to really make of it. Like, I don't know if he's gonna come out of this unscathed with nothing, attached. Like, is he gonna come out clean? Now, what I will say, I think it's gonna be hard to connect, because everything is just speculated and implied. Nothing is, like, set in stone. Like, evidence is like, oh yeah, the intent of this was to pay off that lady. Okay, so what can be proven is the fact that the lawyer paid Miss Daniels, $130,000, right? So that can be proven, but the intent of that can't, unless Miss Daniels state otherwise, that it was for this or for that, whatnot. But in regards to proving that former President Trump, told his lawyer to pay the woman they're gonna have to dig up some serious files like text messages, emails, phone calls,
transactions,
bank statements, all that type stuff, to really prove that is associated with the 130 grand. And even that 130 grand, with the standpoint that hush money is not illegal, that's gonna be hard. And the fact that the only thing that they have is the is charging for the fraudulent bank
about business.
Fraudulent
reporting,
business reporting. And that's the only thing that could really get him on, and they're trying to connect all those things to that. Now, I'm not saying that the affair, I'm not in agreement with the affair. I'm not in agreement with all the fraudulent activity. By no means. I'm not in agreement to paying someone hush money.
I am.
Hey, it's needed for some things. For some shenanigans.
Yeah, some shenanigans. Some shenanigans you find yourself in.
It is needed.
You gotta slide a little under the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be telling all my business.
Shenanigans. You little flip on that. You see that?
I like that. But yeah, man, it's it's gonna be hard to tie all that together. Sorry, a little southern accent for you.
A little draw.
But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. I think, what is it? Tuesday.
Yeah.
This upcoming Tuesday. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. I'm not gonna be tuning in like that, but I'll hear about it in the wind.
Yeah, I'll definitely. Whenever we have some big, news, some charges either dropped or pressed further, we'll probably bring it back up. But
yeah,
I have no more interest in talking about this topic.
So I have no more interest in talking about Trump and his shenanigans with women.